All right, so I'm going to do an experiment, but I don't want to talk a ton about it. Let's just get into it, okay? I'm going to do two different charts. I'm going to do one for the full moon in Libra because I dig on the full moons, and the new moons because they're important. They're the cycles that time things. And it's really interesting too because usually new moons are ones, what am I trying to say? New moons are generally a positive thing because it's like a clean slate feeling, that kind of thing. And full moons are completions. And so what it feels like here, I'm looking at the full moon in Libra on the 31st of March. Now, contrary to the monthly reading where there was a new moon in March, that one felt bad. Now we're at the full moon. It didn't feel bad, but I explained it plenty. This full moon is definitely a full moon. This is going to bring some things to completion. It's a tense one. So what you're looking at there next to me, or I don't know, however it is I'm going to put this together, that giant triangle is basically how the full moon is being aspected. And for you all, the sun in Aries is in your house of hopes, wishes, and dreams, okay? And so it's illuminating over to the moon in your fifth house of happiness, joy, children, romance, that kind of thing. Very buoyant, happy houses, but we're having a very tense interaction of energies here. Not to mention the fact that this sun is conjunct, that little purple guy there is your ruler, Gemini. That's why rising signs are so important and why I do it the way that I do it. You're not ruled by your sun sign. You are ruled by your rising sign. And whatever's happening to your ruler is happening to you. And as it happens, the way it feels and what I'm looking at here is an actual conversation about hopes, wishes, dreams, groups, luck. Very lucky house, very positive house. Whereas the fifth house is more close to home. 11th house is the wider world, ruled by Aquarius normally, but for you, it's ruled by Aries. So what we have here too is a conjunction between Venus, which is ingress, meaning she has just moved into Taurus, where she is right at home. So where she was in Aries is like, she's kind of a hooker in there, like it's not her natural home. It's like when you go on spring break to Cancun and you just go balls out wild and you're like, where did that come from? It's in you, but you don't want to live there. That's how Venus is in Aries. She's making Girls Gone Wild videos. She's not. She wouldn't do that. Well, she would, but not in Aries. She would do it like in Scorpio. But anyway, she has just moved into Taurus after, it's like a breather for her. She likes it much better in Taurus. It's her happy place, her home place. And so this is in your 12th house of spirituality, hidden things, dreams. This is normally ruled by Neptune, Pisces, dreamy, confusing energy, okay? So what we have, looking at the top there, or excuse me, down at, so I'm focused down here on, on Aries where it says 1 and 2 on the inner ring there. Because on this particular chart, it's not a Gemini rising. So this is your 11th and 12th house. But still, you can at least see what I'm seeing. Okay, so with that conjunction between the sun and your ruler, this is an actual conversation. Opposing over in your 5th house in Libra, the moon. Now, with that, it's like a bridge, the Uranus energy, and I am pulling on it because it's conjunct the Venus, which is love. Everybody gets Venus in their love reading. So something unexpected, something you didn't expect out of this conversation. And like I said, it's a conversation of tension. Why? Well, if I had to venture to guess, you are reformulating or reconsidering or having conversations regarding what it is what is your deepest desire when it comes to love? What is really going to make you feel happy? It's going to draw experiences to you to really make you examine that. And with Venus in the 12th house, just went in there, it feels like a volatile conversation for you guys. For most of us, it will be. So, Moon in Libra in a full moon is a lot of times secrets being revealed. That can be. It could also be deeper emotions, things that come to the surface that they weren't hidden necessarily, not like a Pisces thing. It's more like, you just cared not to delve into that good feelingness, which is a Gemini rising, not your favorite thing. Most of you, unless you got other placements that make you squishy. But otherwise, you're an information sign, you're a thinking sign, you're an air sign. So I have a feeling that this is going to bring up uncomfortable conversations because over here in your 8th house, we have Mars. Now, 8th house is naturally ruled by Pluto. 8th house is so hard to explain, especially in a love reading. In a love reading, it's focused more on deep intimacy, sex. Nobody wants to say that. It's sex. It's union through sex. Spiritual sex. Like, because what are we trying to do when we are, after that orgasmic feeling, when we're joined with somebody on that level? We're closer to God. We're closer to divinity. We're closer to our own divinity. And hence, like in French, it's called the little death. Because you die a little every time. But with Mars in there, you're either deeply desiring something in that regard, or you're angry about something. There's an angry situation. Mars can go either way in a love reading. It's either anger, it's definitely drive. So this is also the house of, I don't get a financial vibe at all here, but it's possible. In the 8th house is shared resources, other people's money. How are we going to allocate our pool of money now that we're together after the 7th house? Is how that story goes. So it doesn't want to give this one up. There we go. And he's conjunct there, Saturn. So this is upsetting limitations of some sort having to do with shared resources, other people's money, death, rebirth, regeneration, all things Pluto and Scorpio. And lastly, in Leo, in your 3rd house, well, not lastly, I'm going to pull one more after that, is, that's too many, oh, I don't have them on there, sorry. I'm going to change that right now before I forget, so that when I post it, it'll have it on there. Where'd it go? I'm going to do North Node, South Node. There we go. All right, so the North Node in Leo is in your third house. Now, this is in positive flow, strong positive flow to the sun and your ruler. So this tells me this is giving you a lot of support with whatever conflict this has, because that is your natural house. Third house is naturally ruled by Gemini. And definitely a communication house. And in weaker flow, well, this is how it works. You know, the South Node is going to be in strong positive flow with the moon in Libra. So this is saying South Node in your ninth house, you guys are big. You're so intellectual. You're such thinkers. You're such information gatherers that I think what it's going to be asking you of you, astrologically anyway, we'll see what the cards have to say, but you're good on the big picture. So in relationships, in the big picture, this is like, here's where I see us long term. This here, it's not even a vision. It's like you have a long-term goal. You talk in longer term, bigger picture terms with a partner, whether you have one or not, in the way that you search for one, in the way that you relate to one if you're already in a partnership. But it's not one-on-one. So resist the urge to overthink whatever is coming with this full moon, okay? It wants you to be down here in your natural house of one-on-one communication. You know, don't think it away. That's what it says for the ninth house. Don't think it away. Do it. All right, let's get in there. In your 11th house of hopes, wishes, and dreams, we have the sun in Aries, and we have Queen of Cups, and the moon reversed. So you're in a very caring place after a period of either depression or something coming out. So you're sensitive, you're feeling, it's good. It's good energy. You're very, very caring, in tune with your emotions, whether you have a partner or not. I have a lot of plants, so I have little gnats here and there. Okay, and then the moon reversed. Like I said, it's either the end of depression or secrets have come out. Like it's fine because you have that Queen of Cups there. Now, I don't like that song. And conjunct Mercury here. Oh. Queen of Wands reversed. So we have a conversation with an angry person. This person is pissed. Pissed. This could be you, and the Queen of Cups could be your partner. Whether they're man or woman makes no difference. Just remember, female energy is receiving. So, this is a very definite, on one side, we have someone very caring, very nurturing, but moon reversed. So is she truly, really super caring and in tune with her emotions, or is she just super sensitive with emotions? Or, you know what I mean? There's something up with this. Because this bitch, no ambiguity. She knows exactly what she's mad about. We'll find out. This could both be you. No, I don't think so. I think it's an actual conversation. Let's see what it's opposing. What's being illuminated. Oh, shit. Okay. It's probably both true. You got Temperance and Four of Wands reversed. So if you are partnered, it's feeling a little schizophrenic right now. That's what I think that is. Like, it's good and it's not good. You're furious but trying to be caring is what I feel like. Or one partner's furious and one's very docile. Something like that. Because this is definitely you. This is, Temperance is, this just screams, I'm taking care of me. I'm not sure that your relationship is over. I don't know that I feel that, but not going well right now if you're in a partnership. If you are not in a partnership, this is at once being furious. This is you trying on different personas. Like, okay, maybe I'll try to be caring and whatever, but it's maybe not the most authentic thing. You're going to try that on and have tried to date or attract people in that way, and maybe it's not working. You've tried to be the fiery vixen, and maybe you're frustrated with dating or trying to get someone. And so this would be like, you know what? I'm just going to do me. I'm just going to be all about myself. I'm going to romance myself, which is good. You should always romance yourself, whether you're in a relationship or not. So, good. So this is taking a step back from a committed partnership, if you have one, and taking care of you. Good. It's all good. You're taking care of you. Something's not going well in your love life. And you're just taking a step back. And I like it. Okay, what? This Mars in Capricorn in your 8th house. Okay, Wheel of Fortune reversed. Something happened. And then something is restricting or making you angry. All right, so for me, this is a person. This is a person, well, it's either your person and they're being a turd, or and withdrawn and not being their best self. Because I don't get a bad energy. Maybe they did something bad, or that's what I feel like. They did something that was hurtful, something that was devastating. If this is a past person, maybe they left you, or you had to kick them out or something. They did something against their spiritual nature. Or this could be, I'm not feeling this real strong, but I feel like saying it, so it's for somebody. This could be something, there was like some sort of event. Something happened that was not fortunate. I'm assuming involving this conversation. If you're single, this would be like the last bad, relationship or date that you just are done. If you're with somebody, this is like, can be trying to make the best of it, trying to be a caring, good partner, maybe not feeling that authentically, but trying your best, which is what partners do. So it's not bad. And maybe it just all mounts and you can't sit on it anymore. You can't This is like, spiritual contemplation is the true meaning of this card. And, that's a seeking card. So maybe you were trying your best, trying to be a good partner, like really embody till death do us part in the face of this, whatever happened. And you're just like, I just can't hold it in anymore for whatever reason. I don't really get an indicator here. Well, let's look at Uranus and see what the sudden unexpected. Seven of Cups. Either you got more options, and this card always strikes me. It has nothing to do with the traditional meaning, but I always feel it, and it pans out when I read it this way. This is like making yourself do it. And if you really could see this card, she's kind of like trying, but maybe not having the heart completely in it. One of those two things. So if you're single, this is simply you going, I'm over it. Venus in Taurus at 0 degrees. We have 4 Pentacles and Knave of Swords. If this is increased options with that 7 of Cups, there's someone in the wings that you're excited about. I'm not getting cheating energy here at all. This actually feels like more like a harmless flirtation that you're aware of on a vague level. She's not aspecting anybody, but that is definitely what it says. There's somebody admiring you from afar, and you know it. And I don't know that you hate it. And I think you hate it even less feeling this way about, about your partner. When you're like, that vague little office romance or whatever, that nothing inappropriate. I'm not getting that at all. But you're aware of it, and it's more on your mind. Or maybe you're dreaming about it in the 12th house. Something like that. Now, in Leo, in the 3rd house, in positive flow to this Sun, Mercury conjunction, this is the advice it's giving you. You definitely need to reformulate what it is you want out of this relationship or in relationship in general. Because you're not feeling it right now. You are not feeling it. I feel like that's what, so this is 2 of Cups reversed. This is the big love card, but reversed. And then we have the Star. And 6 of Swords. This tells me that you need to have a conversation with your partner. It's all fine and good to retreat and take care of yourself, like this Temperance, along with the 4 of Wands reversed if you're a partner. And that's good. It is. But it's very much encouraging you. You need to heal from this, and because you're not loving your partner right now. And that's okay. You're not going to love your person 100% of the time. They're going to do shit, and you're going to be like, you know what? Get out of my face. Do you love them in your core? I'm sure you do. I'm sure you do. Is it big romantic love at this time? No. They've disappointed you very much. what this is saying is it's time you need to heal. Make a decision. You're going to forgive him or you're not. Because it's creating quite a divide in your relationship, and it's creating distance between you two. Pretending like everything is okay and I'm going to be the most caring partner ever. I'm going to stuff all of my anger about what happened until I can no longer take it, and I'm a simmering cauldron of spitfire hatefulness by the time I open my mouth and want to talk about the problem stuff. What it wants you to do, I mean, you guys are communicators. It's okay to say, I'm not over whatever this was. And I'll pull on it. I mean, everybody's going to be different. Whatever this was, whatever it is they did, that really, I feel, threatened your union, your togetherness. You're not over it. But you pretend that you're over it. This is like faking it till you make it. And sometimes that's the way to go, Sometimes you just have to, emotion follows motion. Like, okay, I'll just, go that direction. I love them. Not terribly in love right this second, but I believe in us and I'm going to carry on. And I feel like that's what's been happening. And that's great. Except this one it's a little syrupy, okay? For this kind of energy of being this hurt and this angry inside, you need to be able to bring out both of these things. It doesn't have to be one or the other. I mean, this is like polar extremes. I am come rest in the womb of my love, and I am a supportive partner. There is nothing I won't do for you, and we're gonna get through this. It's like the imagined thing that somebody would do. After being, I don't get betrayal here. I just get a bad thing. They did a bad thing. And it's serious. It's 8th house business. Could have killed your relationship, whatever it was. And so rather than just being in your truth, I'm still mad. Sorry. I have days where I am just pissed and I need my space. Or today I was doing X, Y, or Z and it reminded me of the thing. And I'm just pissed today. I'm sorry. If you want to talk about it, great. If you don't, that's where I'm at. I need my space. I'm not syrup today. Okay? I'm spicy. There you can be both. You could be syrupy and spicy. You can. It's not one or the other. I think when there's big betrayals, when there's big disappointments in people, you can't. Let's see what the South Node says. I bet it says something like you can't. Yeah, okay. Says 5 of Cups reversed. You can't do a couple of things and be like, oh, yep, done. No longer upset. No longer crying over spilt milk. We're good. We're good. It's over. Never have to talk about it again. It's not so easy. That's how you'd prefer to do it, and probably what you've been doing from what I can see here. It's not working very well for you. Gosh, that's all pretty clear. I do want to know more about this 7 of Cups. Do you have more options? Or are you grossed out, or both? Or, when you're in a rough patch in a relationship and they get near you and you're like, oh my God, like the mere smell of you is nauseating me. So I'm so irritated with you right now. That's how that card makes, And it's temporary. It doesn't mean you hate him. Why are you mad? Because that is definitely you. What'd he do? Or she? is the Four of Wands upside down in the 5th house. This feels like the romance is gone. And like whatever the thing was kind of killed it. Let's see what that Venus is. There's a little moxie in there, you know? What's that all about? All right, why are you so mad? They did something bad. Something very irresponsible. Something just very irresponsible. And you're trying to emotionally distance yourself from it, and it's telling you, don't do that. Get in there, feel it, have the blowout. Yeah. You're trying, that's exactly what you're trying to do. You're trying to overthink and intellectualize your situation. Well, we're going to do X, Y, and Z because I went to a conference and I read it online. I have the information. I know exactly how we're going to get through this. You do all those things, and yet you're still pissed. Your way didn't work. It's not working. It's making the divide bigger. Who is this person trying to wake you up? Somebody that you would be like, that's silly. No, you're not fooling me. You know exactly who it is. I was right. It's somebody admiring you, and you're taking pleasure in a little flirtation. There's nothing wrong with that, okay? If you're not acting on anything and lying, it's fine. What did they do? Is what I asked it with that Mars Saturn, the Hermit reversed and Wheel of Fortune reversed. We got Justice and the Four of Swords. Well, maybe they're not being a turd. Maybe they're just exhausted. For some of you, this trouble was legal. Legal trouble. At the very least, it was very unfair what they did. I don't get cheating. I almost always get cheating. I don't get cheating. Something else. Something else they did. And you're having a real hard time repairing from it. You're having a hard time getting over this. Queen of Swords reversed. Maybe you finally do have those choice words, or that's your energy. Whatever conversation is had with this full moon is very tense. It's angry. And I feel like you say things you might regret. And the reason is not so much what they did, because this feels old. Not super old, but it wasn't, yesterday. And what this is for, Gemini rising, is for you to examine you, right? And nobody wants to hear that, but it's true. Relationships are mirrors to ourselves, okay? So if you're trying to manufacture forgiveness and it is not in your heart, then you can't talk yourself into that stuff. That's a road, it's a process. You cannot, I just get the distinct feeling that you find anger to be not like you decided that's not how you want to handle it, and yet it's in there. You cannot intellectualize your feelings away. You can't. I wish you could. I'm on board. If you find a way, let me know. Because I'm the same. I don't relish this stuff either. Nobody does. But you have a particularly hard time with it. And the problem is that when you go off like a crazy person. And I'm not saying it's unfounded. What's unfounded is pretending that you're over it when you're not. If you're not over it, you're not over it. Doesn't mean you turn your back on your partnership and ignore them and take care of yourself. For those of you in a partnership, you don't get to save it up and then, throw daggers of anger their direction. After telling them and yourself that you're fine. That's you. You're in it or you're not. You're working through it or you're not. And what you need to work through is the emotion of whatever this thing was. You obviously are hanging in there. I don't, like I said, I don't get betrayal. Even though this is reversed, it's telling me it's there. There's love here that is genuine. What is not genuine is your forgiveness. And if you haven't forgiven, that's fine. Then say, I'm having a hard time with this. Go get counseling. Talk to your partner. You need to heal your broken relationship and bridge this divide. And it takes emotional work. You're going to have to cry. You're going to have to get mad. You're going to have to feel all the feelings, probably more than once. And it's not tidy, and it's not how you would like it. Because that's how you guys process these things. Step 1, step 2, step 3. It's going to be smart. It's going to be, and I'll adapt because you're a dualistic sign. Well, this seems to call for forgiveness and caring, so I'm going to do that. Problem is, you can't manufacture that shit. You can't. It's not a dissertation, man. It's not. You need to feel it in your heart. And for that, you got to go through. You cannot pass anger. You can't, as you're going to find out. If you're single, the energy is the same. I feel like they're back, or you're extremely ruminating on a situation like this that is no longer. Like you broke up. And now you're really hurting over it, and there's been a conversation if you're not with them. For those of you completely single and have no relationship in the last year, I feel the same. You're just not going to, you've been trying on different personas. You're hurting from something long ago, and it's invading you getting a relationship, if that makes sense. Holding on to, trying to, oh, I'm not mad about that anymore, or whatever. It could be 10 years ago. I don't know. Some sort of thing that happened that really did a number on you by someone that you loved a lot if you're single now. And it's affecting your life now. Be who you are. And if you're clinging to old wounds and old hurts, it's preventing you from finding the love that you want. You still have to heal. See how that goes? It really doesn't matter if you're with somebody or if you're not. The energy is the same. the same. All right, so that's what the full moon is going to bring. Now, I have pre-shuffled another deck for clarifying, and I'm going to shuffle. I do love the Tarot Sexual Magic for love readings. It's the best one. I got the Demarcan Tarot. It's just too dirty, even for me. I think it's hilarious, but it's a little much. And then the other chart I'm going to be referencing is for the new moon. Go back. So we're going to do the new moon in Aries. And this one's super positive. So in this one, you see the red line between Venus and Jupiter there. Venus in Taurus and Jupiter in Scorpio. Now, Scorpio's in your 6th house of day-to-day life, so something's being made bigger and positive. He is in retrograde, so it's a revisiting of something. And then we've got the sun and moon, new moon, in your hopes, wishes, and dreams. So it feels like this blowout that you've had actually might have been a positive thing. Oh, this one needs... I thought I had this all figured out. As usual, I don't. When it comes to technology, it's terrible. Yeah, that's better. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and pull on Mercury, but he's just hanging out. He's not, because he's your ruler. So you should always have your ruler in a love reading, or any reading for that matter. And then instead of Saturn with Mars conjunct, it's Pluto. Transformation. In his own house, in your chart. 8th house. Don't need that guy. I think I'm good. So Uranus, or excuse me, Jupiter. Jupiter in Scorpio is really good energy. And it speaks to our larger desires and wants on a deep level. Now remember, Scorpio is the natural ruler of the 8th house, where you're having all this like transformative action. We don't transform without pain, y'all, okay? I wish we did. I wish we skipped through fields of flowers in our lessons on how to grow. And it's just not the way it is, you know? Pain is what signals us that there's a problem to correct. And the problem, my friends, is always us. It's always, we always want to put it out there, but really, it's you. It's for your growth. It's your journey. You're drawing these things to you to help you grow. A lot of times, it's our relationships. I wish it was not so, but, well, do I? I don't know. That's the way it is. And the more you're able to look at things as an opportunity to grow, you won't have such a hard time with the hard stuff. It's like a really hard test in school. All right, so for this full moon, or excuse me, new moon. New moon is a sun-moon conjunction. There you see him there at 26 degrees in Aries, around about the 3 o'clock region there, next to the blue guy. So sun in Aries, powerful. He likes it there, shines, and it's illuminating your hopes, wishes, and dreams. Same place. But instead of illuminating something else, like secrets and emotions, they're together. It's a clean slate. So how are you feeling about that with moon in Aries? Aries is a very active sign, very ego, all about me. So, and in your 11th house, so yeah, I don't think I was far off. Reformulating how it is, what it is you wish for. So, you know, a scenario that comes to mind is, I want the perfect relationship, perfect partner. I want to be with my best friend. I want someone who's got a good head on their shoulders, like the hermit guy, and is reliable, and that's what I want. So how does that go when they slip up and they're not reliable? Do you want a perfect partner? Are you perfect? Are you super reliable? Are you someone who never has had a slip up or a bad thing ever? I don't think so. That's how to get through these energies. Are you pretending to yourself a lot of things that you wish were true, but don't want to go through the emotional work to make them true? So that's kind of what it says to me. And that's not a dig. Everybody does it in their own way. Fire signs do the opposite thing. They like dive in like a cannonball and they're going to feel all the feelings or whatever, and they don't think. Like, I can't believe it turned out that way. And you're like, really? How could, did you not think this through? And the answer is no, they did not. We all do this. We all avoid things just in different ways. Jupiter and Scorpio in your day-to-day life, opposing that Venus. And I always feel like the right answer is, at least for me personally, it's like I just want somebody who's on my side, who's for me. You know, you do you. I'm not worried about what you're doing or how you're doing it or whatever. But then I guess, you know, I would be drawing energies to me for a partner not to be for me. And then what? You know what I mean? So that's kind of what I sense you guys are going through. All right, what's being illuminated in this new moon? Oh, good. Good, good, good. Seven of Swords reversed and the Hangman. This is very serious contemplation. I'm not feeling a stuck feeling because this one's the stuck feeling. This is the, sorry, Claire. This one is the one where very disconnected couple. So it's reversed. So it's getting better. Probably got better after your blowout. And now there's serious contemplation going on a, you know, a deep level. Well, like kind of like where do we go from here? How are you feeling about this? You are conflicted, okay? You're conflicted. You don't know if you're not sure. I feel like you're trying to keep it light, once again, because you don't like that feeling part. This isn't typically your energy, but I feel like it's you. It's a little cold. It's unfeeling, right? That's why she's upside down, detached. You know, we can still do it, and go through the motions of being happy, but I'm still not happy. And that's okay. Then say you're not happy. Don't just distance yourself from the whole thing and go through the motions and think that that's somehow gonna make everything okay. Yeah, because a sudden unexpected thing is the Knave of Wands. Oh, God. Uh-oh. Shoot. I think if you continue, the vibe of this is you're having a really hard time emotionally. You're probably connected sexually to your partner, to your person, normally. And so you're relying on that physical intimacy to get you through this like very emotional situation. And it stops working. It's not working. And you're like, what? So that's what's being illuminated. You're going to have to go on a new start, a new journey on this and figure it out. There it is again. Venus and Taurus, Two of Cups reversed. You heard me shuffle lots. I think you're falling out of love a little bit. I'm sorry. Let's see what Jupiter says. This doesn't make sense. It feels like there's if you're single, this is you going through your own process and it's a new day and you draw new love to you after not having the big love. Not even love. It's like excitement. You got the Star and Knight of Wands. So this is hot and sexy. This is hot and sexy, but it's new. And it's in your 5th house of romance and new love. Oh no, sorry. It's in your 6th house of day-to-day living. I think that flirtation gets a little bigger. You're relying on that to heal your heart. For you, Mercury and Aries, this is your ruler. 8 of Cups reversed. But you're not going to leave your partnership if you have one. That's not going to happen. This is a dangerous game. Relying on, this is no longer a fun flirtation. This is out and out getting your rocks off on somebody else's. This is sexual attention, okay? So somebody overtly flirting with you now and you're into it and feels like it's at work and you're relying on that to heal you. And like I said, if it remains a harmless flirtation, that's fine. Knight of Wands is not a harmless. That's one night stand energy there. Sorry, you guys, but it is. I think you're considering it. I think you're considering, you're not going to leave your partnership, but some of you were thinking about a side thing. If you are not partnered, congratulations. You've healed. Somebody's going to come and heal you with their penis. Okay, you're welcome. And or if you're a man, there, you know what I'm saying. So good. If you're single, it's healing from all this baloney because you took time with Temperance to care for yourself and do all those necessary things, working on you and getting over this heartbreak, like getting over it in the sense of, you know what, I'm going to do my thing. So you've just been doing you and not feeling it in a sexual, you know what I mean? Like you're not focused on it is what I'm trying to say. You're focused on you. And then what comes around is a brand new thing. And you're excited about it. And it's healing your heart. If you're coupled, this is a dangerous game. And I say be careful. I do say be careful. Be careful. If you are in a major rough patch in a relationship, it's really telling you you need to heal yourself in your spirit. Hangman is, this is spiritual. This is not spiritual, okay? Even if you're single, this is just new. This is going at it like rabbits because you're new and like that. So it's different when you're single. But if you're coupled, this could be, I don't think it is. It could be a brand new start for you as a couple, and then all of a sudden it's like you're teenagers again. I'm not getting that. I'm not, because it's directly opposed over here, telling me you are falling out of love. Okay, so why all of a sudden you'd have this brand? It doesn't. Mars in your 8th house. You are feeling very, very out of sync with your person. Very out of sync. Like, I think your relationship's in real danger for a lot of you. And signified by Pluto is judgment, which a lot of times is about forgiveness. 7 of Pentacles. You're at a precipice in your relationship on whether or not you're going to stay together. It's that simple. You're really marinating on that. And that's fair. It's okay. It's okay to have serious spiritual contemplation. I just say be very careful of doing this shit secretly. If you separate and you make that decision together and this happens, great. Explore away, because everybody's in the know and you're not lying. It's not the way to do it in a deceptive way, okay? I want to know more about this moon with the Queen of Pentacles reversed and the 7 of Swords or whatever it is. It's weird. This odd energy. Kind of the same as the other reading. It's like all lofty and spiritual and on the level, but secretly you're fuming and angry, you know? This is like, okay, I'm giving it spiritual contemplation, but really I got one foot out the door. Like, you're going to have to face these emotions that you're feeling. You just are. I know you don't want to. I want to know more why we're losing this love and feeling here. That is exactly what's happening. And sometimes, you know, these lessons are to unclutch and let go. I think you can, you know, try so much before it becomes evident that you're not going to heal. Is this Jupiter workplace, romance, healing, whatever this thing is here? And 7 of Pentacles, what is that? This is the energy of like, I don't want to feel it. It's all sex it away. Pretty strong. Okay, Moon with this Queen of Pentacles reversed. And that's 7 of Wands. This faking it till you're making it is just super unsettling. It's just not. You got Temperance reversed. That's why you're not happy. It's not authentic. You cannot talk yourself into forgiveness. You cannot. You have to feel your way to forgiveness. Why are we losing that love and feeling? Wow, that's a really great depiction of this card. Because you're seeing that Hermit is your partner. Hermit reversed and Four of Swords reversed. You're seeing your partner in a whole new light. And I don't think you like what you see. And that's okay. What's not okay is to pretend you are okay with it and carrying on and nothing gets resolved or healed. Why aren't you leaving this situation? Nine of Wands reversed and Knight of... It just keeps saying, I'm gonna fight for this relationship. I'm gonna fight like hell. I'm gonna make this better by being forgiving, even though I don't feel like forgiving them, even though I'm borderline hating on them for what they've done. But I'm gonna fight for it. But I don't feel it in my heart. Knight of Cups reversed. You don't even mean it. I don't even think you mean it. This is just like, that's my situation and I'm not leaving it. Well, all right. I mean, I guess that's what you want to do. It very much points to it wanting you to heal. Got the Devil reversed over here with Mars and Pluto. This doesn't appear to be an ongoing thing, whatever it is they did. And you're going to have to make that decision to forgive them. We got a whole new thing lighting you up. Oh, man. So here's new sexy. I suppose is possible. I'm not getting this, but it is possible. That after seeing your partner in a whole new light, a very unflattering one, that you are not enjoying at all, you're falling out of love with them, you're fighting to keep the relationship, but you don't mean it. I suppose it's possible to wake up one day and have a giant boner for your partner and you're just going to do it all the time and poof, you're healed and now all of a sudden you're the fucking sun and and you're transformed. Yay! I don't think it goes that way. I think this is a different person. Okay. Be real careful. Don't be deceptive. It very much cautions because it's telling me they're not misbehaving anymore. This is Devil reversed. They are sincerely trying to earn your forgiveness. And I don't know. You could be completely justified. I mean, maybe they beat the fuck out of you. Maybe they stole all your money. I don't know. Whatever it is, they're contrite now. Doesn't mean you have to forgive them. But you got it in your head that you're going to forgive them and this is going to work. But you don't feel it. Therefore, you don't mean it. And you're not healing and becoming very, very ripe for an affair here. Looks like a workplace one. What started as harmless carries a lot more weight. You start to want them and make yourself feel better about this situation because you don't want to go through the pain and the emotion of dealing with that one way or another. Either because admitting anger and being angry and having confrontations isn't something you want to do. You just would rather not. So you're going to smooth it over and pretend everything's okay when really it's not okay. Or There really is no or. Your relationship, if you are in one, is in serious trouble. And you need to wholeheartedly get in there and work on it or walk away. That's it. This manufactured forgiveness, manufactured everything's okay is not working. And it's not good for you spiritually. It's really not. And it's definitely not good for you spiritually to turn around and then be deceptive and do something super hurtful. You know? Because like I said, whatever it is they did, they're contrite and they're sorry and they're looking for forgiveness. And I'm not trying to paint them as the good guy here. I'm not. Because obviously it was a big deal. And sometimes we can't get over it. Sometimes it's too much, it's too hard, and it's not going to work out. And I think one of the things maybe emotionally you don't want to face is going through that disillusion of, dissolving of the relationship. If you are single, reads totally differently. It's you going, I don't need to think about this anymore. I'm not with this person anymore, and it's time to move on. And you work on yourself. You get into your life, and nothing comes your way until it does. And then you're really happy. That's it. You can't pretend emotion. You can't. I'm here to tell you. Not my favorite thing either. I get it. I really, really do. But this is what's up for you all. This is what's up. You're with the person that you desired very much. You wanted them very much, and now you have them, and they've disappointed the hook out of you. And you're going to have to make decisions from here. But you can't make decisions about your feelings. You cannot in this situation. Sometimes you can. Sometimes it's just a matter of like, you know what, time to pick myself up and go through my day and whatever. But it doesn't work so much for authentic, like forgiveness and deeper emotional things like that. You have to go through the emotional process of it, and you don't want to do it. So that's where it's at. Wow, that's heavy stuff. Good luck. I'm sorry for those of it. It's it's tormented. It's tormented, but you're laughing through the pain, kind of. And everybody's going to be different on what it is and how you're healing, but it's really encouraging you. You need to open up. You need to have those emotions. That's what's up for you right now, okay? Because with Jupiter in that house of hopes, wishes, and dreams, you're going through a long-term process of reformulating what those things are. And heavy 8th house transits are transforming your life. Taboo things that you don't want to look at. That's what's up. You are not going to escape this energy. You're not. So you might as well dive in. I mean, this is the way it's going to be for the next 2 years. This level of heavy emotion and transformation that you need to go through. You are not going to smile your way through this. It's not going to, or have a light flirtation / affair to make yourself feel better till this blows over. That's not going to happen. It's just going to bring you another thing that's even worse if you don't start dealing with your own inner emotions. That's what it's saying.